With the Bad Batch rapidly approaching this year, it's fun to wonder which beloved characters will make an appearance in the series, be it just a small cameo or a larger role. I've put together a list of characters that I believe have a good chance of appearing in the show. Now I'm going to arrange this list differently than simply a top 10. I'm going to sort these characters into two categories: need to see and love to see. There are some characters on this list that we absolutely have to see, and there are others that I would just personally love to see, even if their appearance isn't 100% critical. Not that I also wouldn't love to see some of the characters that we need to see, but I digress. Anyway, let's get into it. Need to see: Commander Wolffe and Captain Gregor. It would make a whole lot of sense for us to see how both of these popular clones have their inhibitor chips removed following Order 66. We know that Commander Wolffe actually executed Order 66, but we don't know anything about Gregor following his miraculous survival on Aberforth. I think it would be prudent to see these clones again in order to further explain the situation we later find them in during Star Wars Rebels, which would also require us to see Captain Rex. Perhaps the most popular clone trooper in the entire Galactic Army of the Republic, absolutely needs to return for the Bad Batch. He would no doubt be involved in Wolffe and Gregor having their inhibitor chips removed. I don't think he'll be a constantly recurring character or anything though. He'd likely appear for a few episodes at best and then go back into hiding with his brothers, but regardless, it would just feel weird to have another show that centers around clones and not see Captain Rex at least for a few episodes. Maybe he'll even have a showdown with Commander Cody. We currently know almost nothing about what happened to Commander Cody following his appearance in Revenge of the Sith. Obviously, he executed Order 66 and attempted to kill Obi-Wan Kenobi, but he doesn't appear in Star Wars Rebels alongside some of his other brothers, and there's really no information on his fate. So there's certainly a lot of directions Bad Batch could take the character if he does indeed appear. Personally, I'm hoping to see him encounter Captain Rex again. It would be emotional seeing these two old friends and respected comrades oppose each other. Perhaps Cody did have his chip removed by Rex, but sacrificed himself so that Rex, Wolffe, and Gregor could escape. That would definitely be redemption for trying to kill Obi-Wan in my book. Bo-Katan Kryze. One avenue the Bad Batch could explore is the aftermath of the Republic turned Empire's occupation of Mandalore. I have no doubt that Bo-Katan wouldn't stand for such a thing, and we already know that she fought against the Empire well before Star Wars Rebels. She clearly has no love for clones either, judging by her line from the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian.
You are a clone. I've heard your voice thousands of times.
This suggests that she fought against clones likely as soon as just a few days after she fought alongside them in the Siege of Mandalore. But again, her appearance is necessary to basically fill in the gaps of the story on Mandalore. Love to see Admiral Yularen. I think it would be fun to see Yularen again in Bad Batch. I always enjoyed his interactions with Anakin, and it would be interesting to see how he would react to the Republic becoming the Empire. Obviously, he didn't feel too strongly about it because he still served the Empire up until his death on the first Death Star, but it would be interesting to see the formation of the Imperial Security Bureau, which Yularen joined soon after the rise of the Empire. Perhaps Yularen will send the Bad Batch on a mission or two before they inevitably desert the Empire. Obviously, this comes with the caveat of Tom Kane actually being able to voice Yularen, because for those of you who don't know, he suffered a stroke about a month ago and he was left without the ability to speak anymore. So if he indeed isn't able to speak and play the role of Yularen, then I'd rather them just not have Yularen in the show out of respect for Tom Kane, because I just don't want anybody else to voice him. I absolutely love Tom Kane's voice, and he did a fantastic job as Admiral Yularen. So hopefully you get well soon, Tom Kane. May the Force be with you, man. The Grand Inquisitor. I don't think I'm alone in the belief that we just didn't get enough of the Grand Inquisitor in Star Wars Rebels. He is by far my favorite Inquisitor to date, and he was voiced to perfection by Jason Isaacs, and has an interesting backstory, having been a disgruntled temple guard who eagerly joined the Empire following the destruction of the Jedi. It is very possible that we could see the Grand Inquisitor at some point in the series, likely in a smaller role though, as I don't see many Jedi actually showing up for him to hunt. Moff Gideon. While we don't know a whole lot about what Moff Gideon did before The Mandalorian, we do know that he used to serve under the ISB. Perhaps we'll get to see both a much younger Gideon as well as Yularen, no matter how briefly. It would be a cool inclusion that would deepen the continuity of Star Wars even more. We already know from the trailer that we'll be seeing Fennec in the series, so it's certainly possible we'll see more characters from The Mandalorian. Boba Fett. One of the characters who definitely got screwed over the most by the premature cancellation of the Clone Wars was Boba Fett. He was supposed to have another arc where he really came into his own as a bounty hunter and dueled Cad Bane, and presumably killed him. My hope is that they'll give us that story here in The Bad Batch. Darth Vader. It would be absolutely criminal if we didn't see Vader at least once during The Bad Batch. He looked incredible in the Clone Wars style animation, and James Earl Jones is still acting, so I'm sure they could get him to voice Vader once more. I really don't feel like I have to say much about this. When used correctly, there isn't a character in Star Wars that generates more excitement than Darth Vader. I mean, do you remember the Rogue One trailer? Please, Lucasfilm, give us more of our boy. So those are 10 characters that either need to appear in The Bad Batch or that I'd love to see appear. Let me know if there are any other characters you want to see in the show in the comment section down below. Please remember to like and subscribe to the channel for all things Star Wars. I'm Zach, and I'll see you in the future.